Hi, I'm Lori Beckman with Products Finishing. I'm here with Michael Feldstein of Surface Technology. What are some trends you're seeing in the industry that signal growth opportunity for EN platers?
I think the industry is at a really good, strong point now. I think that there's a core group of electroless nickel platers that understand the technology well and are able to really focus on the basics, the simplicity of electroless nickel. And there's a lot of reliability. People understand that there are best practices, and I think the successful shops are the ones that are open-minded to learning the best practices, using the simplest products possible. And so I think that that's very useful. I think it's gotten to the point where shops are more and more comfortable with advanced uses of electroless nickel, not just doing the basics, which are of course important for a lot of applications, but composite coatings, things like we specialize in with Teflon, with diamond, silicon carbide, boron nitride, for coatings that have all the benefits of electroless nickel, the corrosion resistance, the hardness, the uniformity on even complicated geometries, but also added features like high friction or low friction and wear resistance, heat transfer, heat insulation. So a lot of these advanced uses are more practical than ever.
STI offers a single component EN process. What are some of the advantages of that single component?
It's actually quite a long list, and when we invented it for its simplicity, to be able to replenish electroless nickel with one component to make it up, one component plus water, and replenish with the exact same component instead of the historic 3 components, A, B, C as most companies call it. And it's something that the industry accepted for years and years and years. Just like as a child, I accepted if you wanted to change the channel on the TV, you had to get up, change the channel, and sit back down. It wasn't a problem. I didn't perceive it as a problem. That's just the way it was to watch TV. The same way plating shops, including all my formative years as a plater, was this is the way you make a bath with 2 components, this is the way you replenish it with 2 other components, and all the associated, I guess I'll call them challenges. You didn't think of them as problems, you just thought that's electroless nickel, that's how it is. So we invented it for simplicity. And what we've been really gratified to see over the years that we've been selling it now, for over 6 years, is that simplicity is really important. It's helped in many ways, but there's so many other benefits. It's leading to better productivity. It's leading to better, more consistent quality for shops. It's saving shops money, and that is what shops are in business for, is to save money, to be more profitable so they can do a better job for their customers. They can have, more available revenue for their employees, and they can grow and invest more. And it saves money in a number of different ways. First of all, it saves money because the makeup of a one-plate single component bath costs 20 to 30% less than a regular 3-component bath to make it up. But then because it's so simple, the time between loads of parts is much shorter, and time is money. Time is also energy, it's labor, and a plating bath doesn't want to be hot and reactive with no parts in it. So by shrinking the amount of time between loads of parts, because it's so easy to just add 1 component rather than 2, and then checking the pH and all the other factors that go into it, it's taking unnecessary time, and it's bad time for the bath. Because the bath always stays in balance, because all the functional components are in this one single component, the nickel, the hypophosphate, the complexing agents, the stabilizers, nothing gets out of balance. And for that, shops are getting longer and longer bath lifetimes. And what we've really been gratified is when we've done surveys of shops around the world that are using it. It's in over 26 countries now, tanks as big as 4,000 gallons, aluminum, steel, stainless steel, copper alloys, even on plastics, racks and barrels, every possible application. We've asked companies to report what benefits do they see. And out of 20 different things, there were a few that were unanimous. One was the increased productivity, one was more consistent quality, one was it's easier to stock because all you need is 1 component, not 3 in your inventory, and you can't make mistakes. But the other was happier platers. And it's something that we're really, really proud in Products Finishing magazine. We've had advertisements for make your platers happy. And it sounds simple, but no company has ever said, hey, how can we make the life of a plater happier? Because he or she, let's face it, they're the core. If they're happier, they're going to be more productive. They're going to do a higher quality job. You're going to retain them longer. And in times like now, and what we've just come out of with the supply chain shortage and very little unemployment, Workers are moving around from job to job to
Yes.
job. Shops are having to get by with less people and less trained people. The simpler we make it for them, the easier it is for them.
Absolutely, right. STI is not only an EN supplier, but a plating shop. You've also qualified for the PF Top Shops consistently for many years. What advice do you have for EN platers?
Well, we've been very gratified. And first of all, we appreciate, I want to say, that Products Finishing has the Top Shop program and the 40 Under 40 program and the Hall of Fame program. We've got people at our company that are 40 Under 40 award recipients. And my father, who founded the company 50 years ago, he's been nominated and accepted into the Hall of Fame. So what your company does for our industry is such vital support, and they're creative, and so it helps give a lot of life to the industry. So we appreciate that.
Great.
And we are proud to be a top shop 7 years running and the #1 top shop last year. I think that one of the key things for us is that we're open to change, we're open to innovation, we network a lot. I have the privilege because aside from being a plating shop, we sell our Electroless Nickel, especially now our one-plate Electroless Nickel, to shops all around the country, all around the world. So I've been in hundreds of plating shops, and I see best practices from one shop to the next. We're able to take that in, we're able to share it with other companies as well. And we're a plating shop in one of the worst places in the world, that's New Jersey, because of the costs of labor, the cost of energy, the cost of taxes, insurance, rent, everything. We have to specialize, we have to be really good at what we do, and fortunately, the way to be really good is to be very careful with our resources. We're a zero discharge shop, we're completely solar powered, and we keep our practices, our equipment and the procedures as simple as possible by focusing on the basics, not cutting corners, because cutting corners never saves money, especially not in the long term, but doing things as efficiently as possible. That's been a key to our success. And then when we are selling our chemicals to other shops, we're transferring that knowledge to them. We're showing them how to do things. Our shop is always open to them for training, just to see how we do things. It's not a long, drawn-out program. It's pretty transparent how we do things in our shop. So we're open to that. We're also then able to do, because we specialize in our shop, with composite coatings. So the Electroless Nickel with diamond and Teflon and silicon carbide and boron nitride, these advanced coatings, that's what we focus on. Higher profit coatings, higher performance coatings, and we're able to do that effectively in New Jersey. And so to the companies that are buying the Electroless Nickel solutions from us or all of our distributors around the world, they're able to send parts to us. For us to coat in these composite coatings, we send it back to them, and once they get approval and interest from their customer, then they can put in their own bath and start running it there. So we essentially become like a prototype shop for our customers too, and with all the prototype, all the samples that we're doing on so many really high-end applications, we learn the best ways to do Electroless Nickel. You know, I think a top shop is not a perfect shop. It's always one that's trying to be more and more perfect, and that's what we're doing day in and day out, is just trying to be more and more perfect. And that's how One Plate was born, because we were willing to be imaginative, and in fact, it was Scott Walker at Products Finishing. We came up with the tagline that we use on our ads. It says, "Made by platers for platers."
Oh, wow.
We're not in some ivory tower. We're not just in a laboratory. We're in a plating shop, and we know it's not fun when you're pouring something in and it's bubbling up blue, a normal seed component replenishment. It smells like ammonia, or you have to measure things so exact, and all the other problems with an ABC old-fashioned Electroless Nickel. We experience them firsthand, and that's why I think it was something that was natural for us to invent, and all the other innovative things that we're always trying to come up with.
Great. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you, Lori. Appreciate the time.
Yep, of course.